Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to look at the Emacros motion sensor and detector security alert system. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. So today we're going to take a look at the Emacros solar driveway alarms. These are motion sensing alarms. So I want to do a little bit of a preamble leading up to actually looking at these units, because I think it's important. If you need to fast forward, be sure to do that. So if you watch any of my videos or follow me or anything like that, you'll know I've done quite a few videos on driveway alarms or motion sensing alarms. I think they're ultimately important to the overall security package of a home. So I have a paid subscription monthly, monitored type setup at my home that, it's got the little keypad and you set the alarms and all that stuff. Those are great. The problem with those is they do not really help you a whole lot when you're home and somebody is already at your door or your window breaking it when the alarm goes off. So I want to know ahead of time. The more notification you can get of an intruder, the more you can prepare yourself for whatever it is. You can either go, if you live in a not really gun-friendly area and you need to get to a safe room, call 911, whatever that is. I want as much notification as possible. So whether it be my home, my business, or whatever. And I think these type motion detecting sensing units are excellent for that. I've done numerous videos. I've shown the cheaper version of the Harbor Freight. Those are okay. They've served me well. But I wanted something a little better, and I wanted something that I can put and expand on it. Right now I'm running 2 of those units, or 3, and I have to have 3 monitors, believe it or not, 3 of those little alarm boxes, because it's not expandable. I actually bought a different unit from Amazon that had 3 of these and a base unit. That thing was a disaster. It was a different brand altogether. It was same concept, but it was terrible. I mean, really bad. I couldn't get it programmed. It kept going out of programming. It never even got mounted. So there was this actually I'd put in my cart, and I hadn't bought it yet, and it caught my eye, so I just kind of threw it in my cart, and after I sent the other one back, I said, well, I'll decide later. Well, there's a competitor to this company that looks similar, and they're more expensive actually, but they do less. So number one, they're not solar. These are actually solar powered. And number 2, theirs is a 1/4 mile rating. These are up to a 1/2 mile, and they're actually cheaper. So keep that in mind when you're looking, okay? These will be in my Amazon store. I've got it under the security section, so I have a security store that's got all kinds of things in it, pepper spray, these type alarms, personal alarms, whatever, safes, all that's in there. And these will be in there also. They'll actually be in one of the featured items. You'll see it in the first 2 or 3 pictures. So with that said, I think it's ultimately important that you have these. So what are these about and how do they work? So they come in different packages. You can get either 1 unit and 1 base. You can get 2 units, 3 units, 4 units. You can kind of mix and match how you want to build out your system. I wanted the 3 unit. That's what they sent. Emacros has their own website. It's called www.emacros.com. You can go over there, or you can go to the Amazon store. If you want to go to their website and kind of look around, that's fine. So what drew me to these on Amazon when I was kind of researching everything after the first one was kind of a disaster. And it had mixed reviews, but it was cheaper than this. And anytime you go cheaper, it's not always better. It kind of can be a mixed bag because it was not good. So these actually are an Amazon choice, which means they have really high ratings, a lot of reviews, a lot of purchases, a lot of verified purchases. And these have almost 6,000 reviews and 4.5, 4 3/4 stars, almost a 5-star review out of almost 6,000. So that's what caught my attention first. Just ironically, they reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to review some of our products? I didn't realize who they were. They just sent me a link to their website. I start looking and I see these. They also offer like intercom systems for homes and a few other things. So I said, oh, that's great. I think that's the same company. Let me go look. And I looked at my Amazon store, and sure enough, it was. So that was kind of coincidental, but it worked out perfect for me. They decided to send these over. One thing I like about these is the simplicity of the system and how they work. So they are solar, but they do recommend to charge them fully using the power cord supplied that they're going to give you. And I'll show you how to where it's plugged in here in a minute. But you charge them up first and then install them. And then let the ambient sunlight keep them charged constantly. And one thing they'll tell you is do not put them in direct sunlight, because that can kind of cause false alarms and things. So you would think because it's solar, it should have like direct sunlight. That is not the case. You actually need it more in a shaded area. So let that ambient light, if you know anything about solar, ambient light will draw in to solar anyway and charge your system. So just keep that in mind when you're setting it up kind of strategically where you're putting it. And I'll do another video kind of what I think where you should put it, but obviously at key points, driveways, back doors, you know, maybe a fence, you know, if you got a gate or something, just strategic areas that you need to be notified that has the easiest access that most thieves are going to go path of least resistance. So a lot of times it's coming down your driveway, believe it or not. So when you're setting these up, it's real simple. It has this base unit, nice, sleek design, real simplistic. It has 3 buttons. We'll go over that here in a minute. It is battery powered, but it also, you can use a cord right there that you plug in that they include. It depends on what you order. If you order the same system I have with 3, you're going to get 2 power cords, the base unit, and 3 sensors, okay? So this right here takes 4 AA batteries. It does not have that goofy little screw thing that you gotta get the little bitty screwdriver. It don't have that, which I really like. My other units had that, and I hated it. So these do not have that. It also has a place to hang it, and it does include the appropriate little hanger pieces to screw into the wall. So it does have all that. Simple design, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It tells you exactly where everything is as far as the zones. So I'm going to call these zones. So it has zones 1 through 4. When you cut the unit on, that's this center button here. Right there, just like that. You just simply hold it, click it once, and this light will be on. That does not mean the number 3 sensor is on, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. And that just means the unit is on itself, okay? And then you have an up and down button here. This is up, this is down. That's for volume. It says V negative, V plus. So it's in the highest setting now. And you can hear the volume going down. Once it gets to its highest setting, you'll hit the button and nothing will happen. So that'll let you know it's in the highest setting. For the highest volume. Really sleek looking design, very small, compact, nice looking. So here's where this thing really shines in my opinion. The other one you had to push these buttons and do all this crazy stuff to get it programmed. These you don't have to do that. So if you are wanting something very simplistic, this is it. Solar powered again. These are waterproof. You don't have to worry about that. They are totally sealed. My old units from Harbor Freight, they were not sealed like that, so you kind of had to have them protected. And because of their design not being sealed with a little battery access door and all, bugs get in these like ants, and they will actually cause false alarms. They're actually running around inside the unit and causing it to go off. So I've had that happen. I've had to clean out the ants and things like that. So it has this little rubber piece here. Simply grab hold of it and pull it down like that. And everything is waterproof. That's why they have this. This is on the bottom, so it's not going to get, you know, if it's raining or anything, it's going to be on the bottom anyway. But it is rubber, and it's got little holes you plug it in, push it into to seal it up. So here's how this thing works. This is on, and you have channels 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there. And what I would suggest before you cut it on, here's the on-off button, here's the charging port. So to charge it, you simply plug it in, which I've already got this plugged into the wall. It turns blue to let you know it is charging, okay? Unplug it, it goes off. Turn this on. What I would do is get the channel you want this one on. And if you want to mark them with a Sharpie on the outside so you'll know, that's kind of up to you. But I'm going to turn this one to channel 4 first before turning it on. And the reason is I don't want to confuse this when I start adding units to it. So this one's on 4. We're going to hit it on high. This unit will chime to let you know that that's the one you chose. Now it is programmed. That's all you do. That simple. This already knows, and this right here is in channel 4. So I'm going to turn this over to the side so it doesn't go off. All right, so this middle unit here, let's do this one at unit number, we're going to do this one on channel 2, okay? So it's on channel 1 now. I'm going to move it over to channel 2, and then I'm going to cut it on high again. All right, so I'm going to push this back in. I'm going to turn that one backwards so I'm not tripping these sensors, and then we're going to test them as we go here. All right, so this one, so I've picked channel 4, channel 2. I'm going to put this one on channel 1. Same thing. You simply just open that, over to channel 1, cut it on, and we're going to aim this one that direction. So this kind of is representative of the different areas of a home. You know, if this one's at your driveway, this is at the backyard, this one's at the fence. So let's call it that. So if I want to see, let's test it out real quick and see if channel 1 works. We'll hold this up so you can see. What you're looking for is the chime itself and the number 1. If I had a negative, if there's one negative about this unit, and it's only one negative, and it's not a big deal to me really personally, you cannot change the alarm tone. So it is what it is. There's no programming. That other one had like 60 different chimes, and they were all, most of them were terrible, and it was just real confusing. So this one, if you want to call that a negative, you cannot adjust the chime what it is, like a cell phone. Like, you know, different ringtones, you can't change this. So it is in the system the way it is. So let's pass our hand over. You look, one is flashing and showing that it went off. Okay? Now, it doesn't stay flashing once it resets. Okay? So now let's go into zone 2. Here's what I like about this unit. So the other one that I had to keep resetting, and it was like a 3 to 5 second delay. I personally didn't like that because I couldn't tell in a real life situation, is it one person or 5 people that got through it during the reset? This one, so there's one person, there's 2 people. It's got a little bit of a reset, but it's fairly short, to be honest with you. So this reset is much shorter, which I like. So now let's check zone 4. The reason I didn't do zone 3, because it is the on, and I just decided to do these 3 up here. You could do it however you want. So that's showing zone 4. Just like that. Okay? So to cut the unit off, simply hold this, and it'll beep and time out. You do have to hold it to get it to cut off. Let's cut it back on. So let's say we change the batteries out. I want to test something real quick on camera. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the battery, at least one battery out, so it'll go back. All right, so let's say we had to change the batteries. We put them back in. One thing I have not tested, you'll have to check yourself. We'll sort of be able to test it here, and the reason I'm saying that, you may have to reprogram once you change batteries. So let's cut this on. You can push the button, it's on. We're going to check zone 4. It comes back on. Now, one thing I wasn't sure of, though, because this unit is right here at these, as soon as I recharge it, it may start already programming it up internally anyway. But if this unit is, these are mounted on trees out in your yard, and this unit is in your home, you might have to walk around and reprogram these against, you know, the unit. Just walk out with the unit and do that. I don't know. That's the only question I have that I have not been able to answer just yet. But I just took the battery out, took the power down, and that's zone 2 and then zone 1. So this is excellent. I love these. I always advocate. I bet I've done at least 3 or 4 different videos about these type driveway alarms, and this is probably the best system I've seen so far. Again, you're talking, you know, a little less than $200 for everything. You can expand. So let's say I decide I wanted to add another one of these units, maybe somewhere else in my yard. All I have to do is buy this. That's it. It's going off. Cut that off. So I can add another zone. Now this one only is 4 zones. That's all you can do. But you can at least get all 4 corners of your home kind of approach, whatever. But usually 4 is going to be plenty. I really only need 3. Could I add 4? Yeah, I'm sure I could find a spot for it somewhere. But overall, 3 should suit me just fine, I think, with my setup the way I have. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. I want to thank Emacros for sending these over. Super excited. I'll probably do a follow-up video later after I've tested these out, talk about any false alarms, how many. I know that's going to be a few questions. I hadn't had a chance to do a lot of testing on these. I wanted to go ahead and get the video done based on my experience with it so far, unboxing, doing testing, how easy it is, intuitive when you're the interface of doing these programming. Simple, easy, great. So I want to check in the future kind of the durability and things like that, and I'll do a follow-up video to talk about it in a few months probably. So stay tuned for that, and then I'll link between the 2 videos once that other one is complete. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Again, I want to thank Emacros for sending these over. Hopefully we'll do another review of some of their other products. They have an intercom system. They have a few different intercom systems that I think I'm going to, if I get to review one of those, I'm going to talk about how I think those can be incorporated within your security preps, being able to talk from upstairs to downstairs quickly or call for help or whatever. So I'll probably, most people think intercom systems like businesses or something like that. I think they also serve a purpose otherwise. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. If you've got any experience with this Emacros company and their products, please share that with us. That's always helpful. And as always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.